Saturday?
Drew?
Yeah.
He's sore. He'll do some running on the side today. See where he is. See if he can go this week. I don't envision him practicing here the next few days, but like we always do, we'll take it all the way up to the end and see where he's at.
Where do you stick? Yeah.
For week 1.
Yeah, like today, we're gonna go ahead and do the process, but again, we'll see where we're at. We're not adding another quarterback right now.
You're not?
No.
Why not?
Because we'll see where Drew's at. If he's good to go, he's good to go. Obviously we talked about it, but we'll see where he's at. He feels a little bit better than he did that night, the next morning. But he'll do some running on the side, then he won't practice. He won't practice today. I don't think he'll practice tomorrow, probably not the next day, but we'll go all the way to the end.
Is that a concern then, only having 2 quarterbacks for the game on Saturday?
Yeah, we'll have a plan for another person if they need to go out there and play.
James, in the handful of plays that Malik played the other night, what did you think out of what you saw?
Did good. Ran good routes. Great separation.
Getting himself open and stuff like that.
Yeah, he did a nice job. Did what we asked him to do. So, again, basic game plan. No mental errors. Ran good routes. Blocked. Did his job.
So obviously there's a huge anticipation amongst the fans to see this guy make plays because for his talent. Obviously, as a coach, and as he ramps up more reps in games as you go along here, what is your anticipation? Do you similarly have an anticipation to see what he's doing on the lights? When they're on.
Yeah, I don't have any reservations about Malik. He's had a good camp. Again, it was good to get him out there and do some basic things, and he's had a good camp.
Brian, when you said you're going to prepare someone else to play quarterback, you mean like someone from another position to be ready as an emergency third?
Yeah. It'll be Tyree. We had him in Buffalo. Tyree Jackson, who's played quarterback. If it happened to be he had to go in, he knows our system, taking snaps. Albeit he's been a tight end the last couple of years, but he'll take some quarterback center exchange out here. But I don't envision playing him unless something happened.
Will JMS practice today?
Yeah, I'll give you some heads up on some of this stuff. So we'll ease JMS back in. He'll do individuals. We'll take Evan off PUP, so he'll be coming off, and again we'll ramp him up. It'll be individuals today. Cager will be back. Stoll will be back. Tomorrow will be an important day, but envision him being good to go if everything goes well. Fox will be back. People that won't be back are the same for today's practice as last week. Flott won't do anything today. People that were different that didn't do anything. Gio won't practice today. He has a knee. And Deontay Johnson, he won't practice. He has an ankle.
What did Evan? Obviously the doctors told you he was ready to practice, but do you know what he cleared that Evan's coming off PUP? Like, what was the hurdle he had to get over?
No, I just know that the rehab process. He's had a few good days here in a row. Everybody feels good with where he's at, but so now it's the ramp up. So it'll start with individuals, and we'll monitor it after we go through individuals. Today will be shells. The next 2 practices will be pads.
When he is fully healthy, is there any chance he starts for you guys week 1?
Yeah, we're just getting him back here out in individuals. So he's got a long way to go in terms of being off for a while and go out there and start competing.
When you look at what Bobby Okereke does for you guys, can you just speak to your comfort level with him and how would you describe what he means to your defense?
Yeah, he's really the centerpiece, the middle linebacker position. He's a good communicator. Obviously has good leadership traits. Nominated captain his first year here. I think he's taken that to another level with tying the back end with the front end. He's fast. He's a ball disruptor. He's an active player in the run game and the passing game. He's been a good player for us. We're going to need him to be a good player, this year as well.
Is this the week the ones get a run?
Yeah, we'll talk about that at the end of the week. Decide what we're going to do and how much we'll play him, but that won't be. We're really going to focus on these next 3 days, just us, our team, competition, different situations that we need to make sure we're continuing to improve on. Fundamentals when we have we'll do pads 2 days this week, and then we'll make those decisions at the end of the week.
Does Drew's injury impact how much you would plan to play Daniel in the game?
No. I have an idea right now, but I want to go through these 3 practices, and again, we'll talk about it as a coaching staff as the week goes on, and end up talking with the players. But I do envision Daniel playing if everything is, trainers, practices, all those type of things. The plan is to play him.
Can Tommy challenge for the backup job? Can he challenge Drew for the number 2 job on game day in the regular season? Like, is that open and available?
Yeah, I'd say, look, with Tommy, with Drew, all we're going to ask them to do is go out there and play as good as they can play and produce. And, all those decisions will be made at the end of camp based on, who we think gives us the best chance at each position, whether it's the backup quarterback, backup 3 technique, starter and receiver. Those are all yet to be determined. Besides Dexter and AT and a few of those other guys.
Was there any talk?
Burns,
Oh,
Thibodeau,
I apologize.
Bobby. You go ahead.
Okay. Was there any talk of doing joint practices with the Texans? And if so, why not? Are you not doing? Because you're doing them with the Lions and the Jets.
Yeah, we've had do it with 2 teams, so not much.
Is that part of the idea? Does it factor into how much you want to play the starters? That if last week you were going into a game where you probably weren't going to play a lot of your top tier guys, that you want to have those joint practices to kind of replace what you're going to get out of a game. So in theory, no joint practices this week would probably mean.
Yeah, that's definitely part of it. So you have a conversation over the summer and planning for Detroit and the amount of reps and workload we put on the ones. But yeah, there's definitely an element to that, Art. Practice against them, maybe you pull back, you don't practice, maybe you play them more. Again, that'll be dictated on how these next 3 practices go, which, we'll put a lot on them, these 3 practices. A lot of plays, 2 padded practices, and then we'll evaluate at the end of the week.
Since you guys
Two more.
signed Van Roten, there's been the same 5 guys, been the 1-0 line. Why was Stinney the only one that played?
Yeah, I talked to Stinn about that, to go ahead and give him some more looks in live competition, and give him 2 series, I think, somewhere around there, just to keep evaluating, that spot. And Greg was just really coming off the couch, so that was more, we're still ramping him up, veteran player that hasn't had a ton of practice reps. So that was the deal with that.
Straight off the couch is a trademark.
It might be.
Anything else? All right, Dave.
2 other things. We released Caleb Hayes, and we signed a linebacker yesterday, workout tryouts, KJ Cloyd.